Hello everyone, this is Lisa Learning. So in the previous demo, we talked about how to write a GraphQL server, which including three parts: how to define the schema, how to provide the resolver functions, and how to add the middleware GraphQL HTTP. In today's demo, I'm going to talk about the client side. Since GraphQL API has more underlying structure than the REST API, so we have lots of powerful clients. For example, it's a Relay or the Apollo client, and also the AWS Amplify. But in today's demo, we are now using those complicated features such as batching or the caching. I'm gonna use the Axios to send a simple query to the GraphQL server. It's the same compared to calling a HTTP API. And from the GraphQL website, it gave us some examples. For example, we can use a curl command, or we can use a fetch API. But in my demo, I want to use the Axios. And compared to the fetch API, the Axios automatically stringify the object. So we don't need to use this JSON stringify to serialize the object. And then let's go to IDE. First, I need to create the index.html. So I want to have this client GraphQL example, and I want to create the three elements: h1 for the h1 element for the name, and the h2 element for the age, and also it's a button to send the query, and also the button we give it fetch data. We have name here and also age. Let's save it. And you can save in my schema, I provide the name and the age to fields. And then after we have these elements, we're gonna import the Axios. Since I already installed this Axios in my project, so it's like Axios with index. And the next one I want to do have our code. So we need to get this button element first. Let's just say document.get element by ID. And then we need to give ID for these three elements. For example, we have this, it's fetch, and for the name, this is a name, and the next one is age, and by fetch, and then we need to add a event listener, which is a click. I think since we are gonna call the Axios, we're gonna use the result to save the return result. Wait, oops. We pass object. We have this method, which is post, since we have to use a post method to hit our backend, and also the URL. It's running at the HTTP localhost 5000 passes GraphQL, and also we need to provide the data, which is object. So query is like a root type, and we say I want to have this name back. Let's save it, and later I want to log this results. Let's open with leave server, inspect, and then let's click the fetch. So I figure out the issue is like we need to import Axios is like this, and also the say I want this file. Let's save it and fetch data. And we have this course conflict, because in my client side, the port is 5500, but in my server side it's like 4000. So they have the course issue. And if we want to solve this, we can add the middleware in my backend. I already installed this course library, and let's just import it. Course. And also I want to add the middleware. Let's save it. And I need to restart the server. And let's go to the front end. So fetch data. Yes. So now we get the data from the server side. And we're gonna have this data, and inside the data, we're gonna have the name Tom. So the first data is from the Axios, like the response structure. And the second data is from the GraphQL result. And at the same level, if we have some error return, it's gonna alongside with this data. So as we can see, we have this name Tom return, and then we can add the age as well. And now we can get the name and the age element. Say it's a name, document, get, and we can update the text in the name and the age. So name.text content is equal to the name result data dot name. And also for the age, we can do the same process. Age result data dot age, and let's save this. So now they are empty, and we fetch. We're gonna get the Tom. Why we don't get the age? Oh, it's not the result. So it will be the result a dot data dot age. And then let's save this. So we fetch data. We're gonna have the name is Tom, and also the age is 55. So that's it. This is the small demo I want to show, like how we can create a very simple client for the GraphQL service. And in the following demo, I will jump into the details for how to define the schema types and how to write the query and the mutations. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video. Bye.